Hola, meus amigos. Obrigado. Thank you for joining me once again, Chords and Notes Nation. For those of you who don't know, that was my attempt at Portuguese for our Brazilian friends. Um, Once again, I am going to continue with Angra from the Temple of Shadows, and I'm going to start with the first and second tracks, respectively. Deus le Volt, Spread Your Fire. More about the Crusades, huh? Very interesting subject. I like it. Let's go. guess that was it. Perfect timing. Okay. Obrigado. Obrigado. Thank you so much for introducing me to Angra. I like this. This is very refreshing. This is grounded in classical music. All true metal came from classical music, and it really showed in this one. Um, the guitars were just blazing. I love the aggression, yet in an odd way they were controlled. Um, in this kind of fantasy power metal genre, the drums are always rolling that double bass, and sometimes that turns me off, and other times that's kind of what you expect because that's what's supposed to be there. It's just amazing how the stamina these type of drummers have to have in order to not only keep up the pace but to reproduce this sound. Excuse me. Every time they play, the singing was very operatic. Both the male and obviously the female vocals were for sure, and they could have been a little bit more out front, the female vocals, because they had such a small part in the song. I thought maybe with the mixing could have been done a little bit better, but they were there and singing Latin. It sounded like to me, or at least it looked like the words looked like they were Latin for the female vocals. Boy, that middle part where they really started, that groove was just really energizing and fresh. I like that. That was really nice, and how they were moving up and down the scale. And anytime you have a lot of notes being played, there's a certain technical proficiency that needs to be there. But sometimes when you really listen and you understand what it is they're doing, it's not as complex as it sounds. But that doesn't diminish the intensity and the beauty that they were able to create. Obviously, this song kicks off the album, which is about the Crusades, and the Crusades obviously being tied into religion, both Christian and Islam. But here we're dealing with the Christian side of things, and I like the opening stanza where it says, "Woke up to life not long ago," and then it asks the question, "You think your mind is in control?" And it makes the statement, "God will take it back someday." Very apropos. Talking about love and hate, good and bad, freeing the world from these chains, unleashing the angel of light. Lucifer's just a name, you know. Just this whole idea that one side is fighting for what they perceive as being good and light, and demonizing the other side, and vice versa. And it's always very interesting to, when you look at it from an objective point of view, a non-religious point of view, to ask the question, what side is God fighting on? Both sides would say theirs. People do that with sports too, don't they? Praying that God's on our side, that He'll let us win. And I think God's on His side. But, this was a very important part of human history, the Crusades were. And the motivation was religious, but it was also political and monetary as well. But here they're I don't want to say they're glorifying it, but they're painting it in the religious light. where you have a lot of these devout knights that pledge their sword to the church to go reconquer the Holy Land. And so, for all intents and purposes, that was their motivation. That they're the chosen ones to go deliver the Holy Land back into the hands of Christianity and away from Islam. Spread your fire. You know, I think that's a very appropriate statement for that type of mindset. Very interesting time of human history. I'm glad that Angra was able to take this subject and do something with it. I'm really eager to listen to the rest of the album, and of course, once I have all of that in here, I can go back and listen to it from beginning to end, because I know I didn't start chronologically. I just started taking songs here or there. So it'd be nice to listen to it chronologically from the start to the finish, the way it was presented, and it'll be good. So, obrigado, obrigado, obrigado. Thank you so much. Please keep spreading the word. Let's get Chords and Notes Nation to be as big as we possibly can. That'd be nice, right? Well, I think so. Have a good day.